I have got my race day haircut. Let's find out if I have got my race day legs. We are exactly 7 days from the Valencia Marathon. Welcome to PKSRUNS. So welcome back everybody, my name is Paul, this is PKSRUNS, and I am full of beans, full of energy, full of life because I am halfway through my taper and boy does it feel good. I am a 2:45 marathon runner. I am aiming to run a 2:40 marathon next weekend. This time next week I will have already finished, fingers crossed, touch wood. If this is your first time watching PKSRUNS, thank you for finding me, thank you for tuning in. Maybe you're running Valencia too. If so, drop me a comment down below. Please do follow me over on Instagram and on Strava, and we will just get straight into all of the detail of this week. And this week's going to be a really short video because I've only done 2 workouts. For those of you who have watched before, you will know the format. For those of you who haven't watched, we do a little screen share. We go through my Strava, we look at my workouts, we look at how I was feeling in those workouts, and we then look at what's coming up in this next week. As you can see, we are a little bit sparse on the running content this week. That is because I've been tapering. I have done 87 kilometers in total, a big drop from what I have been doing. I think my peak week was 145 kilometers. So first of all, a huge volume drop. I was going to do an additional run on the Friday, and in the end, I just decided not to. So on Monday morning, I did an easy half marathon distance, 21 kilometers, kept everything simple and really saving myself for the Tuesday morning workout, which was basically going to be 5 by 800 meters off 2 minutes. So let's dive into here and have a little look and see how we got on with this run. What I do remember about this was that I had set this up incorrectly on my watch. So the 800 meter repeats only lasted 2 times. So I had to kind of manually do that on my watch for the 3rd, 4th and 5th lap. The idea of these were they were tempo pace, so aiming between 3:20 and 3:30 per kilometer. Honestly, I can't really remember how I got on with these, so let's just go across to have a look. You can see here that we did 8 kilometers or so just warming up, keeping it nice and simple. The 9th lap was this sort of mini lap, and at this point I must have then decided, okay, it is time to go. So first 800 meters, 3:26, tick, that's in. Second 800 meters, 3:32, obviously coming back into the wind. Third, 3:26, obviously wind behind. Fourth, 3:29, grinding a little bit here. And the 5th one, 3:35. Heart rates, 159 average, 154 average, 159 average, 160 average, 165 average, with some cool down miles to finish that all off. We'll go across into the Garmin because Garmin gives me kind of like my max heart rate and the average as well, so it just gives me a little bit more usable data. It's always nice to see like where was I peaking, where was I topping out, where was my red line in these workouts. So let's go across to here and we will come down, and you can see here there's the workout. There are those 5 800 meter repeats, and let's have a little look. Let's get the intervals up here, and you can see here it's only marked these first 2 as actual intervals, but the others will be here in the cool down. So that first one that I did was average pace 3:37, max heart rate 170. Second, max heart rate 173. Third, max heart rate 169. Max heart rate 170. Max heart rate there 174. So look, all of those are good, working hard. Key thing to note about all of these is they're all under marathon race pace. Remember, race pace is 3:47. That will get me in just a whisper under 2:40. So that's 5 lots of 800. That's 4 kilometers under race pace. So that's fine. That's good. At this point, The taper is all about just trying to get the energy back into the legs, get them recovering, get all of that speed back ready to deliver on Sunday. I don't need to be able to do that at this very point. Tuesday night, I had a sports massage, brilliant, just to flush the legs out. Wednesday, a complete rest day, and into Thursday, which was 3K tempo. So really a 10-minute effort within the context of an easy run. So let's go in here and have a little look at this. This one, we will need to go into the Garmin to have a look at the actual data, but let's just have a look at the best efforts. That's always interesting to have a look, see if there's anything of any excitement in here. Fastest kilometre, 3:38. That's very positive to see. That's under race pace. Fastest 5K, 20 minutes 42. Not expecting to see a fast 5K in this time because we're only doing 10-minute at tempo pace. Just a reminder of that tempo pace, 3:30 to 3:40. That's what we're aiming at for this run. So let's go straight into Garmin for this and have a little look. This run went really well, if I'm honest. It went really, really well. I remember feeling strong. I remember feeling like I had plenty of energy. At the beginning, my legs felt incredibly heavy, which is a really good sign that they're recovering. They should really freshen up just in time for the race day. So let's have a look at the intervals here then. So you can see here I did effectively 12 kilometers warm up, average pace in total was 5:05, and then into these 3 kilometer reps. All in one go. I'm going to give you one caveat, is that I ran out along a kind of a straight road into the country, and then I came back. So I needed to do a 180 degree about turn, which is always going to slow things down. And I was then coming back into the wind. So that's the only excuse I'm going to give. I've not looked at the data, so we will just have a little look. But that's the excuse I'm giving, and I'm sticking with it. Right, so the first kilometre was 3:38. Second, 3:41. Third, 3:41, giving me an average pace of 3:40. Remember, the target pace I was hitting or aiming for was between 3:30 and 3:40. The really encouraging thing here, average heart rate, 159 for the whole 3 kilometers, 158, 157, 161, only peaking at 164. That is really, really positive. I'm getting a decent speed at lower heart rate, so lower cost energy-wise for me. It's going to be worth having a little look at last week's tempo run, because we did 3 by 10 minutes last Thursday, and it's going to be interesting to see how this data compares with last week being in the taper. So let's just get last week's up, and I've got that here ready, and let's go into the intervals, and we'll just look at the summary details here. I did 3 lots of 10 minutes. First one, average pace was 3:51, average heart rate 165, max 169. Second one was this one here, average pace 3:46, average heart rate 169, max heart rate 171. Third one, average pace 3:47, average heart rate 166, max heart rate 170. I cannot even begin to tell you how encouraging this data is, because what this shows me is that I was running faster on Thursday. I was burning less energy. My heart was working less to get me up to these speeds. This is all about the taper. So let's just go back to this one here. 159, 158, 161, max 164, back to the week last week. I'm peaking out here in the 170s, and this just gives me so much positivity about next week, because I've still got loads of tapering to do. Let's go back into the Strava, and we will just go back to look at what I did yesterday. So I rested on Friday. I was going to run actually, and then I had a really, really stressful day at work, and if I'm honest, I was feeling incredibly anxious. I knew that I needed to get out for a run, but in the end, I just thought, you know what, my mental energy is so low, I don't think at this point it's going to add anything. So yesterday, I just got out for my final longish run, 26 kilometers, all easy. I'll click in here and just have a look. We don't normally look at easy runs, but it's a long one, so I think it's worth having a little look here. Average heart rate, let's go down and have a little look. Average pace 5:06. You can see the key thing here, heart rate, average heart rate, super low, super easy, just really, really enjoyable. So, how does this week now look? It's Sunday today. I'm not running today. I'm not running tomorrow. I'm going to take Monday off, so I'm going to have a 2-day break. On Tuesday, the plan will be to do maybe an hour run with 3 lots of 5 minutes at marathon pace. It's going to be really interesting to see where my heart rate sits for that. So I'll be aiming for the 3:47 and not blowing it all out. Wednesday, I will do an easy run, probably 10k, going to get a sports massage. Thursday, I fly to Alicante, have the day in Alicante before catching the train over to Valencia on Friday. Going to rest on Thursday, going to do an easy 10k on the Friday, going to do a 5k shakeout run, which you can join me on the Saturday morning, 10 a.m, very near the start and finish line. I will post those details. Well, those details are posted on my Strava, so do go and check that out if you want to join us. And then we race on Sunday. I feel ready. I feel so ready. And everything, it feels like, is coming together. I've got the classic kind of taper nerves of any little twinge that I'm experiencing, I'm freaking out about, but I am pretty confident that I've certainly got a good run in me next Sunday. So that is really all I have to say. There is going to be another video before race day with all of my kit, a what's in the bag video. Done those the last few races that I've done. Always interesting to see what's going to be going in the kit bag. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being on the journey with me. I know some of you have been here from pre-London. Some of you have been here from the Manchester Marathon days where I got my first sub-3 almost 3 years ago. So thank you for watching. Do hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm also doing a YouTube live every Monday night, so you can tune in tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m, and we will just talk about running. It's good fun. It's low-key Q&A, just have some banter, talking about running and getting to know each other a little bit, building the PKSRUNS community. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this has been a little bit manic. I haven't run, so I'm full of loads of nervous energy. Have a fantastic week. And if you are running Valencia, good luck. You have put all the hard work in. You deserve the result you're going to get.